Hello, everybody. I need to fill you all in that I'm moving to Las Vegas, Nevada this weekend. This is kind of a sudden endeavor in my life, something I didn't necessarily plan for or expect, but it's a great opportunity and it's something I have to do. And I'm going to go ahead and fill you in with for those of you who don't know me, my life goal is to be a history teacher and a speech and debate coach in California. And I've been really doing everything in my power to get my foot in the door in that way over the last 2 years. I've been substituting, as a lot of you know. I've been doing private tutoring. I got a long-term contract substitute teaching for a teacher out on maternity leave. And, I've been just making these little strides, feeling like I'm getting closer. But the last 2 years I've been here in San Diego, I'm not making nearly as much money as I was in Korea. And it's been a kind of a moment of depression, when you realize that you don't have the financial assets you used to. Some of my friends know that I've been struggling with that. I came back to America with this kind of entrepreneurial pride and I'm going to make a really successful recruitment company and I'm going to be a teacher and I'm prepared now. And California kind of pooped on me for the last 2 years. They really didn't give me the opportunities that I thought were available. I was getting through a lot of stuff, and this summer I decided to try something other than teaching. I was just so frustrated with the fact that I couldn't land a job. So for this last summer, I've been working as a door-to-door salesman. I worked as an Uber driver. And most recently, I've been working as a representative for the United Way nonprofit here in San Diego. And I've learned a lot in all three of those endeavors. But what I ultimately learned was that teaching is really where my passion is. And I also got a lot of help this summer. I realized that my own efforts to find a job were failing. So I reached out to my friends who were involved in education here in San Diego. I reached out to Mike Wynn, Laura Lowry, Kaylee Betts, and they all put all their effort into helping me. I absolutely appreciate the efforts they gave me, and I owe them all massively for it. And I had some interviews with principals that were connected to me through my friends. It's crazy. In 4 years of applying for teaching jobs in California, I never landed one face-to-face interview until I actually asked my friends who were working at schools where there were job openings. And it's who you know here, It's a political environment. But anyway, at both of these interviews I had, the principals heard my speech. They heard me say my life experiences, say my qualifications as an educator. And in both situations, they were one principal told me, she said, 134 people applied to be a history teacher at this school. And odds are one of them has been a full-time contracted teacher in the past for multiple years. So, sorry, Corey, we're not going to give you a job because you're not experienced as the other people here on the market. And it's really frustrating when the only way to get to play the game is when you've played the game before. So it's it's impossible to start, I started to pursue other ideas, and my parents and Robin Gaines, they both encouraged me to apply to Nevada, because right now Las Vegas is having a crazy teacher shortage, something like still schools 3 weeks in and they're 800 teachers short. And so I applied months ago, and I really didn't hear too much from the Las Vegas people. They called me a lot in September, but then the whole month of August it was silent. Nobody talked to me. But then right at the start of September, around my birthday, I get a call from a principal at Rancho High School, Las Vegas, wants to schedule a Skype interview. We have the Skype interview. It goes very well. And, they heard my case. They heard my qualifications as an educator. And the principal and the delegation that I talked to, they said, all right, let us call you back after we talk. And they called me back 30 seconds later, and they said, it's unanimous. We want you here. And that immediate gratification, I had to say yes. I was just like, wow, I've spent 4 years consistently applying to be an educator here in San Diego, only to get a whole lot of or we'll call you back, and then they never do. Or I've filled out 500 applications, at least 500, over these years, and the vast majority of them, people never even call you back. I started asking myself, why am I even doing this? Like, I'm sure that these applications I'm filling out are being emailed to someone, and they're just like going straight to the spam box or something. It's just moronic. This school in Las Vegas, they heard me out and they gave me a job, and it was boom, boom. I went to Vegas yesterday and I checked out the school. I met the staff. Everyone was super friendly. It's an underperforming high school, but I feel that there's a lot of potential in these kids, and I'm going to give it my best effort, and I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to be a real-time teacher. I'm ready to make middle-class money, and something that I want to add is that a lot of times when my friends have moved away, they get in these big conversations about like, oh, I'm so excited to live in Seattle. I love the rain. Oh, and they start talking up like how great Seattle is, how wonderful it is, and how excited they are to go to Seattle. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, like you're gonna miss your friends. Like, give us some credit. And San Diego's pretty good too. Don't bring it down. And I have to admit, I'm not excited to go to Las Vegas. Okay, I'm excited to now have a job, a high-paying, nice teaching job with doing exactly what I want to do. I'm excited to work with a staff that I think is pretty cool, but I am not excited to leave San Diego. I would prefer to be here. My family's here. Lots of my friends are here. And especially, I've recently gotten really involved with the Finest City Improv Company here in North Park, San Diego. And, the last 2 years I was hesitant to get involved in any, serious extracurricular thing because I thought, well, there's a chance I might move away and I might let people down. So I'm not even going to do anything. I'm just going to sit in my house and play video games until I get, a real job and really, figure my life out. But my roommate encouraged me after, 6 months of consistent gaming and doing nothingness. He was like, you need to do something. So I joined up with Finest City Improv, and I really have liked it. They're great people. It's a good environment. And I volunteered to get involved in the Reedson show, and I promised the owner of the studio that I would stick out the show until the end of October. And she even asked me, hey, Corey, are the Vegas people still talking to you? And this was, in the end of August. And I told her, I haven't heard anything from Vegas. I can commit to being here till the end of October. But let me tell you, once I did have that Skype interview, and once they deliberated for 30 seconds and offered me a job, and then I did some more research, and I found out that not only is the cost of living cheaper in Vegas, but Vegas is going to pay me a crap load of money. Way more than I'd make in California. I hate to say it, but I have to go back on my promise. I have to go. And I'm really sorry about that. I've put the studio in a bad situation. I committed to be their guy every Saturday, and I had to undo that commitment. And I'm not proud of it. And I wish, I'm willing to work with people. I'm willing to train people, but I am letting people down, and I don't like doing that at all. It's not something I'm proud of. So I apologize to the Finest City Improv people. They relied on me, but I gotta go. I gotta get in the middle class, and I can't feel too sorry when I don't have any opportunities here. I don't have any opportunities here to advance my educational career. I have worked in 5 different tutoring companies. I've been a substitute with 4 different agencies, and I cannot get my foot in the door. And I'm not going to Nevada thinking like, so excited to leave. I'm going there thinking like, really, San Diego? Like, there really wasn't an opportunity for me here. And I'm kind of angry and frustrated about this. And I have great friends here. I have good people here that I'm leaving behind. And I know I'll make good friends in Nevada, and I'm going to give Nevada my best effort. And I hope to prove to the educators here in San Diego that I am good enough. And maybe one day I'll come back. And I hope I'll come back with the skills to prove that I can make it with the best of them. And I just wish there was an opportunity for me here. So, but with all that frustration aside, I'm ready to start this new chapter of my life, and I'm ready to make it in the middle class. So, peace out.